So I'm 12 years old, and this concept of initiation, of being able to heal people and do things, started to get real. um, in particular, I can tell you that I was, one day my mom invited me to go to the hospital with her. And I'm not really sure why, because, like I said, I was punished a lot. But that particular day, my mom said, "Oh, you can come with me. I'm visiting a friend that um, just got released from surgery." So we were taking that lady some flowers or whatever. And she, we were taking that lady some flowers. And while I was in there, mind you, I've always been hypersensitive. And my mom was like, "Oh, I knew you were going to do this." Just like my eyes are watering and stuff. And she's just like, "Just get out of my face. Just go to the bathroom and get yourself together." And so and the woman was just looking at me like, "What's wrong with her?" And she was like, "Oh, she's just sensitive. She cries about everything. Sometimes it's hard for her to like be in the hospital and stuff." And the lady was like, "Oh, okay." She didn't really think anything of it. And I went to the bathroom, and I remember like washing, like rinsing my face a little bit and washing my hands and just telling myself to calm down, calm down, calm down, and just breathe. And when I got in the hallway, there was a woman coming up the hallway, and I felt like my entire heart dropped into my stomach when I saw this woman. And mind you, I was the kid that almost never said a word. And I said, "Excuse me." And the lady turned, and it scared me because most people, you know, I was also super soft spoken. I still am. But I was super soft spoken, and most people would just like ignore me or keep walking or something, like as if I was invisible a lot. And she stopped and she turned and said, "Yes." And I didn't know how to word it, but I could see it in her ethereal body, which I didn't know the difference between your physical body and an ethereal body at that time. I just knew that I was looking in her body almost like an x-ray, and I could see what was there. And I just felt overwhelmed with love, and I grabbed her hand. And when I grabbed the woman's hand, it was as if she felt the love, and she started to cry. And I said, "You are sick. You," I was like, "You have some type of cancer." And she just started nodding her head, shaking her head, and trying to hold back her tears. And I said, "God said you don't need to be worried. You're going to be healed, and you're going to have time with your husband and children, and you'll die in an old age." And when I said that, the relief that came over this woman's face was like all over me as a kid. Like, as if I felt like as if she had been praying so hard, and her family had been praying so hard, and as if she was just totally hopeless. And when I said that to her, it was like not only was she feeling the love that I was transmitting to her, it was like being a human portal. Like as if she was looking into heaven and God Himself was speaking to her, and that woman was totally relieved. Like the energy that she was carrying coming up the hall was gone. And she looked at me and she just said, "God bless you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. God bless you." And she turned and she walked back up the hall. But to my surprise, the place where I was talking to this woman ended up being directly across from that lady's room that my mom was visiting. And my mom was so mad at me. And the lady that she was visiting was just shocked. Like her mouth was wide open. And she was like, oh my God, your daughter is anointed. And my mom was like, after the visit, that lady was just like, oh, you can have these cookies and all this other kind of stuff. Like, she was just, you know, amazed. And after the visit, my mom grabbed me by my shirt in the parking lot and was like, I told you to stop doing that stuff in public. And I just felt, you know, like the size of an ant when she did that. It was like all of the illumination, all of that you know, swelling of light energy was deflated. Part 6.